everyone, and a warm welcome to today's session on Guardians of the Forest, how our connection to nature can change the planet. In a world increasingly shaped by environmental challenges, reconnecting with nature is not just important, it is essential for our survival. Together, we'll explore how nurturing this bond can empower us to protect and restore the planet for future generations. This is Pradnya Adhav, delighted to welcome you all to the 6th edition of Orange City Literature Festival, organized by SGR Knowledge Foundation, powered by Raisoni Education. Today we have with us Vardhini Amin, who is a leading portrait and lifestyle photographer with over a decade of experience. However, storytelling is at the heart of her creative endeavors, and she loves to explore the hidden connections between nature and humanity through it. Vardhini's debut novel is a whimsical journey into a world where trees come alive, intertwining her passion for greenery with deep respect for nature. Through her storytelling, she not only wants to entertain, but also instill the sense of wonder and environmental consciousness in young minds, inspiring them to sow the seeds of a greener tomorrow. I hand over the session to you, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. Tree souls, that sounds interesting, right? Now I want you guys to imagine, if you think there's a tree soul, what does it look like? Do they have wings? Do they have legs, ears, noses, eyes? Can they float? Can they fly? Or do they walk like animals? Tell me, what colors are they? Can someone tell me?
Green.
They're green? That's nice.
Because the leaves, the tree's leaves, or the tree's cork is actually the leaf.
That's nice. Can anyone else answer? Come on, say anything. What do you imagine tree souls look like? Come on, someone can answer this. Raise your hand. Say anything, whatever comes to your mind. Come on, someone can answer. You want to answer? Come this side. That's nice. Come on, guys. You can say whatever you want. It's going to be the right answer.
I think it would be a light green color spirit, and it would have branches as its hand, and it would be floating in the air.
That is so good. That's a perfect answer, I think. Yes, please.
Answer can differ from person to person.
Yes.
Everybody is having different imagination.
That is actually.
Will perceive from their end, and we can perceive from ours.
That's right. Anyone else, and then I'll tell the right answer. You already answered. Anyone from this side, from the back? Come on, you can say anything. Come on, guys. Tell me something.
Who wants to answer?
Why are you guys so shy? Come on. All right. I'm going to tell you what she said. There's no right answer. You know how many species of animals are there in the world? Thousands and lakhs of them, right? That's how many tree species are there in the world, plants and trees. So every tree soul can look different, be a different color, be a different size. And this is a world of imagination, so there's no limit. Can someone draw it and send me a picture later? I'll give you my email address. Who likes to paint and draw? Yeah, that will be easier than talking on a mic. Yeah, please draw a picture of whatever you think a tree soul looks like and email it to me. I'll give you my email address. Yeah, you'll do that? Who's going to do that? So cool. I'm going to all put them on my website then. Yeah? You'll do that? Your name and your picture, how a tree soul would look like. Draw many, draw one. It's your wish. Now, I'm going to read a small excerpt out of my book, and then you'll have more idea what a tree soul looks like. Are you ready to do that? I'm going to do that. Okay. Somewhere in the heart of the wilderness, that's a forest, we are in a forest now, stood a large grove of sandalwood trees, ornate and overgrown, a little paradise in itself. Overlooking the Sayadri mountains, it was bordered by tall Ashoka trees, and in the north, an intermingled growth of mango and neem trees in the east. A tiny little baby owl popped its curious head from the hollow of a banyan tree. Nervous about leaving his nest for the first time, it cast an anxious glance at his mother, who offered him a reassuring nudge. He came out, eyes widening in awe of the view he beheld. He watched a couple of chattering squirrels chase each other up and down the branches in the midst of an exciting game of tag. A faint rustling sound coming from a nearby tree made the squirrels stop dead in their tracks. The sound was low at first, but it gradually grew louder and louder before culminating in an almost inaudible pop. As abruptly as the squirrels had stopped, they scampered off, chasing each other again. What had happened? The squirrels had just witnessed a vruha emerging from its rooted deha. The owl peered down at what the squirrels had seen. A vruha had sleepily popped out of her vriksha deha, where she had rested throughout the day, basking in the warm sunlight. She floated into the crisp night air, twirling around in joy and humming a familiar tune. The very next moment, the owl saw various vruha in different forms and hues beginning to emerge from their vriksha deha, floating and whirling and diving in the air all around him. The very next moment, vruha emerging from the smaller bushes looked like yellow, squiggly, wiggly worms. Large vruha emerging from the banyan trees had tentacles that emitted a pale purple glow, while the ruha from the milkweeds twirled like slithering snakes of silver. Now the mango vruha drifted on all fours, just like animals, and had a pale orange glow just like a setting sun. The fluttering sound made the owl look up, only to find silky blue vruha. They flew in flocks, rapidly flapping their wings like hummingbirds. Little red ruha, emerging from some saplings, chased each other and made the cutest sounds that couldn't have been anything but laughter. Now, oodles of hues borrowed from the most vibrant rainbows took over the darkness, and the owl didn't dare to blink because he feared if he blinked, the magic would go away. Some vruha slithered, some floated, and some flew with wings just like him. Some danced to humming merry tunes. Some played happily, while some flocked together for their usual tittle-tattle. The vruha from the various vriksha appeared to have nothing in common except for the fact that they all emerged from different vriksha. Some vruha were so tiny that they were barely visible, and some were so huge that the baby owl had to crane his neck all the way up just to be able to see them fully. Whether tiny or ginormous, he understood that they were everywhere and just too many to count. Does that give you a better idea, guys? Yeah, did you like it? Be honest. So cool. All right. I'm going to wait for your pictures, right? Okay? All right. Now, I'm going to play a small quiz with you guys. Are you ready? Okay. Now, please give answers, okay? All the people in the back here. All right? Can we play the quiz? Do you have the clicker?
Sorry, ma'am.
They said they'll give the clicker.
Clicker.
Yeah.
Okay.
To go to the next slide. I think वो है. Give it to me. That remote thing. Can I do this?
Yes.
Which button? This only?
This
Next.
Yes.
All right. It's the ForestBorns quiz. What is ForestBorns? Can anyone tell? born in the forest? Yeah?
The one who are born in the forest.
Which is plants and trees, right? Yeah. Do you think city plants have souls too? I guess they do. Yeah? Okay, let's go to this quiz. Okay. Full disclosure, this is not rocket science. This is a very easy quiz. Okay, so I want answers from you guys. Are you ready? How do plants communicate with each other? By sending birds with messages? Or by talking to each other? Or waving their leaves? Or by sending signals through their roots? Who can answer? Just say it. Yes, just shout it out loud. Yeah? You're right. They do release chemical signals through their roots and warn each other of dangers. Okay, next one. Can plants remember past events? We've already talked about this. Yeah? Look at the funny options. No, they can't remember anything. Or do they respond to past stressors? Which is it? A, B, C, or D? Just shout it out. Yes, they do respond. Plants adjust a response to stress based on previous experiences. That's so cool, right?
Good afternoon, everyone. This is Chandini Joshi, and welcome to this thought-provoking 40-minute session featuring a very smart and a talented lady, Mrs. Bela Bhatia, who is going to bring a wealth of knowledge, experience, and compassion on the table. Our keynote speaker today is Bela Bhatia, an independent human rights lawyer, researcher, and writer who has dedicated her life to championing the rights of marginalized communities. Currently based in Bastar, Chhattisgarh, Bela ma'am has an excellent academic background, including a doctorate from the University of Cambridge and degrees in social work and law from TISS, Mumbai and Gujarat University. Bela ma'am's career began with grassroots activism in rural Gujarat, and she has also worked on peace and human rights initiatives in Iraq and Palestine. She is the co-author of Unheard Voices, Iraqi Women on War and Sanctions, and co-editor of War and Peace in the Gulf, and the author of her latest work, India's Forgotten Country, A View from the Margins, published by Penguin Random House in May 2024. Moderating this session is Dr. Amina Wali, who is BE Electronics and Communication, MCA, MBA, and currently serving as the principal of Sadabai Rajsoni Women's College. So now, without any further ado, let's start the session. Over to you, ma'am.
A very good afternoon to all of you. It's my honor to be conversing with such.
It is cutting them down. And it's not about just cutting down any tree. When you destroy the trees, you also destroy the habitat around them, the animals that depend on them, right? Everyone's life is affected. Next one. What do you think a tree feels like when it's cut down? It's excited for a new adventure. Now I'll become a sofa. Option B, right? Sad because it loses its life and home. This is very important. When trees are cut down illegally and excessively, it doesn't just harm the trees, it endangers an entire ecosystem, displaces wildlife, and weakens the forest resilience. The older the trees, the better they are at being good at what they do, right? They give us so much. Well done, guys. That was the quiz. Now we're going to get a little bit serious, and I'm going to ask you a little more questions. What is being a guardian of the forest? or guardian of nature or anything. Does it mean you have to have a superhero and fly with a cape, form a team, have a station where people call for help whenever trees are cutting down? No, right? Each and every one of you can be a guardian of the forest, can be a guardian of nature. And what do you have to do for this? You don't have to go like gather big groups of people, protest in front of a deforestation happening. No. You have to do little small things that when we all do them together, it's going to make a huge difference. Now again, I'm going to throw some questions at you. What do you think you have done? And be honest, don't lie. Don't say fake stuff, okay? You have to tell real things. What have you done? It can be such a small thing, from picking up trash to refusing to take a plastic bottle to taking a walk in nature. What have you guys done? Or something bigger, you know? People surprise us all the time. Can anyone tell me? Have you done anything? You must have done something. Can you tell me? Tell me.
Myself, Shivalajam. I was picking up cans because it was Diwali time, and cans have aluminium, which is used for making anars.
Thank you so much. Can we clap for him, please? Anyone else? You must have done something. Even the grown-ups can answer. It's not just the kids. Anybody can answer. Have you just ever planted a seed and watched a tree grow? You must have done that, right? They're small things. So let's discuss what small things we can do in our everyday lives which are real. It's not something big that is out of our reach. What we actually can do to change things around us. Shall we discuss? Has anyone anything to add to this? Anybody from the back there? Did you do anything in your entire life? You must have done something, right? Watered a plant maybe? Yeah? So everyone has done something. Let's see what we can do more. So we take water bottles to school, right? But when we go out for family trips or we go out, we buy plastic bottles. Why do we do that? We already have water bottles for school. Can you do the small effort of carrying them with you everywhere you go? Just make it a habit. You can do that, right? As children, it's not that hard. Just when you're going out, fill up a water bottle and take it with you. So you don't have to buy more plastic bottles to add to the islands of wastage that are in our oceans, right? We can make this small change. Second is to talk to your friends. The more we talk about it, the more conscious we make each other. Yeah, the more we make things like hugging a tree not uncool, the more it is going to make everyone conscious, because you are going to grow up and live on this planet and you have to take care of it, right? So talking more about it makes others feel conscious and makes others also take the steps you're taking. So always discuss it with your friends. Now plant a home garden. You know what is rewilding? It is claiming back things that we have taken from nature. We have taken a lot from nature, right? We are the apex species who captured this planet and destroyed it almost. So rewilding is taking those places and giving them back to nature. So even if you live in a small house with a small balcony, if you plant a few plants, it's called rewilding because you're giving it back to nature. You're creating nature in your space, right? And it's also going to benefit you. We are doing everything for our selfishness. In the end, we have to live here, right? So rewilding. Plant a tree. If you have a garden, that's amazing. But even if you have a small home, or even if you're a small child, just plant one tree. Maybe one tree a year. And you'll feel good about it. You'll feel it like an achievement. Next, you know how we've grown up? What are our Indian values? our parents, our grandparents tell us, don't throw things if they are broken, fix them. Right? So, reuse a lot. When we have an old cloth, we don't throw it out, right? We use it for dusting, we use it for any other thing. So, those Indian values are actually living with sustainability. So, follow them, they're very cool. We have to teach the world the Indian way of living, right? We can reuse everything. If our school bag is broken, if the zip is broken, don't buy a new one. Go to the store and get it fixed. We can use it until it's, really lived its life. If your shoe is broken, fix it. If your cloth is torn, sew it. Okay? That way we are not producing more waste to be created in this world. What we already have, we use it to the maximum. You think you can do these, right? These are very, very real solutions, right? That you can contribute, because there is hope. If anyone tells there is no hope, global warming is coming, climate change is happening, no. There is hope. There is always hope. If we all work together in small, small things, it can affect. The next step you can do is read books about the environment. Now that's my selfishness, but I'm not asking you to read just my book. Any book that connects you with nature. Okay, read it more. The more empathy and love you feel towards your surroundings, it's going to make you care about them and work on it a little bit more. All right? Will you do that? We have a question. I think we'll take the questions in the end. All right. So, that is the next thing. Read books about the environment and so support your local shops, guys. Shop less online, visit bookstores, visit plant stores, visit any stores that are local around you. So what do we do by doing this? We reduce the transport cost. There are millions of trucks running all over the country to provide you things that you bought from overseas or other cities or other places. So if we shop local, we are actually contributing to the pollution. We are making less pollution by buying things in your local stores. Next is look around. You know what I did yesterday? I just googled recycling centers in Nagpur, and you know how many results came? 21. So I'm sure they're all over the city. So if you have plastic stuff lying around, do go and visit this center and just give it to them for recycling. You can do it. It's really not that hard. Guys? Next is you have to look up things that are happening around you. There's always plantation drives happening or events like that happening that, talk about sustainability, talk about the environment. Do attend those events, Make them, call these people to your school, make groups together, do these things together. Now tell me, do you guys think these are very doable things? We can change on our every single day? Yeah. Now, understand one thing. What do we think when we say our home? When I say our home, what do you think of? Your home, right? Your apartment, your home, your building that you live in. But that's wrong. That is not our home. The earth is our home. Everything from the North Pole to the Antarctic, to the oceans, to the deserts, to the rainforests, those all are your home. Everything that happens affects your life. It's not like it does not affect, it does. So if you think of the entire earth as your home, because you as children are going to grow and live in it, right? And then your children and their grandchildren, we have to leave the planet in a good shape for them. Right? So every small thing matters. Think of the earth as our home and be the guardian of it. Be the guardian of nature. In your small little way, you can make a difference there. Guys in the back, I'm coming there and giving you the mics.
Not a question, I just want to add something. We could
Yes.
also donate to organizations who are trying to work towards protection.
Have you done something recently like that? Yeah, you can ask your parents to donate, right? Yes, we can do that, but we are talking about what children can do.
श्रमदान कर सकते हैं वॉलंटियरिंग में जाके एक पौधा अगर आप लगाओगे और जब आप आपके कॉलेज से ग्रेजुएट होगे और उस झाड़ के नीचे आपको बैठने का मौका मिलेगा वो बहुत अच्छा होगा.
Yeah, very nice. आप पेरेंट्स या टीचर्स या कोई भी आप वी कैन यू गाइस कैन प्लीज ऐड सम थिंग्स टू दिस.
Cycling is fun as well.
Yes. How many of you guys cycle? Cycling is so much fun. Cycle to school, cycle to... And also you can encourage your parents to cycle. It's not just a children's thing. Yeah? And by cycle, I don't mean the cycle at home. Workout wali cycle nahi. Actual cycling out in nature. One more thing you can do, guys. Instead of taking family vacations to big cities, you can take family vacations to nature related places like forest and reserves and wildlife areas. You can do that, right? That way you feel more connected. And just taking a walk, you know. Have you ever tried to switch off your phone, switch off your TV? Don't wear shoes and walk in the grass. What do you guys call it? Gen Z people, touch grass? Huh? What does that mean? Who will tell me? What does touch grass mean? I don't know. I'm genuinely asking you guys. नहीं बताना चाहते? Come on guys, educate us. Okay. So, just take a walk outside, connect to nature and talk to plants. It's a scientific theory that plants grow better when you talk to them. All right. Now we're going to move on to a little more about the book and what the story is all about. You want to hear? Yes. All right. The story is about two people. Of course, there are many, many characters. But the story is primarily about two people. There's a girl called Avni, who's just about your age, guys. And she lives near the forest. And sadly, she has lost both her parents in a forest fire. How many of you guys have heard about forest fires happening all around the world, yeah? Yeah? How are they caused? Some are caused by humans. Some are caused by excessive heat. Yeah? Some are caused by global warming. Yes. So Avni has lost both her parents in a forest fire and she lives with her grandmother. And she has inherited the love of the forest from her father and she can do anything. She goes out of her way to protect the forest. Yeah? And there's another character who's actually the protagonist. It is called Sia. She is called Sia. Sia is a tree soul, a sandalwood tree soul, who has also lost a lot of loved ones in the forest fire. And then there's a threat to the forest. Some sandalwood smugglers come and threaten to chop off a major part of the forest. And Sia, as a plant, has to stop them. How can a plant stop humans? Do you want to know? Yes. Then you can check the book out, right? It's called the ForestBorns, and there are major plot twists and surprise endings. Do you want to? There's a lot of magic in it too. Can a plant stop humans? Maybe. They can? That's nice. Okay. Now the story is everything about friendship and family bonds. It's about rediscovering your roots. It's about going out of your way to take a stand and go and fight for something you believe in, which both our characters do. And their stories entangle in a unexpected way. So you can check it out. Anybody has any questions about this story? Come on, guys, you must have something to ask me. Anything. Anyone, please? Oh yeah, and this book is from 9-year-olds to anybody. Any ages can read the book, right? Do you have any questions, please? Well, that's a great question. Did you hear the question, guys? She asked me, how did I think of this concept? So, from childhood, my grandma, my mom's sisters, my aunties, everyone loved gardening. And because of that, I loved gardening. I've inherited that love. And I've always had my own plants and trees, and I love gardening in my pastime. And when you spend a lot of time with plants, you get some ideas, right? So when I started to think, oh, they don't have a voice, they don't know how to talk to us, how to communicate to us, they must feel the pain. Do you think plants think we are villains? Maybe they do. What do you think a plant would feel when he looks at a human? Yes, yes. But not everyone is a villain, right? Maybe they'll learn that not every human is evil. So that's where the idea came from. Do you guys have any story ideas? Do you write stories? Anyone writes? You love to read? Which are your favorite books? How many Indian authors have you read?
Hello, I have read Snowflakes by Aryamandarda.
That's nice. That's a great book. Even I've read it.
Oh.
Yeah, I loved reading children's books. Actually, adults should read a lot of children's books because they have a lot of hope and wholesomeness in them. What else do you like, guys? Come on. I think everyone is sleeping on this side. And someone in the back, they had breakfast and they are sleeping. Come on, guys. Harry Potter to bada hoga? Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Yeah, Sudha Murthy? Yes, Malgudi Days is a lovely book, guys. If you haven't read it, please read it. It's amazing. Ruskin Bond is also lovely for children. You know, there's a bookstore in Missouri where he comes every weekend. Yeah, and you can actually go and meet him if you go there. I want to go there. It's my dream. What else do you read, guys? Come on. Do you like fantasy? What are your favorite genres? Mysteries? Yes. This book has a lot of suspense and mystery in it, by the way. Detective series. I love that. Yeah, what else? Tell me author names. You know, reading a book is like playing a movie in your mind, right? Your imagination can take you anywhere. And that's the one thing which your parents will never say. Stay away from that screen. They'll never say that. If you read books, you know what books you should read? Not the ones which the school tells you to read, or it will give you so many morals, or the one your friend is reading, or the one your mom said you should read this book. No, you should read the ones you love and you genuinely find interesting. If you start reading there, you're going to grow the habit of reading. It won't come from reading the books that others have recommended. Go to a bookstore. Look at all the books. There's always a blurb at the back, right? It tells you what the story is all about. Read it. Read the first chapter if you want. Yeah, and then get those books. Only the ones that you will think you're fully entertained by. That is the only way you'll love reading. Entertainment. Will you do that, guys? Go and pick up books that will entertain you. I think we have almost done with the session from my side. If you have any questions, which they have absolutely nothing to say to me. I mean, ask me. You have a question? Yeah, please do. What's your name?
Toshika Dhurve.
Thank you, Toshika.
Thank you.
Any other questions regarding the book? Oh yeah, and we have special ForestBorns seeds for you guys. So please take them and plant them and grow the tree. My email ID is my name, Vardhini Amin @gmail.com. Just put my name, you can Google it, Vardhini Amin @gmail.com. Send me your drawings, guys, and send me pictures if you grow the plant from a seed. That's all. We have one more question. Any other questions? Otherwise, we can end the session.
Have you uploaded some videos of that seeds?
Of the seeds, no, but on my website or on my Instagram, you can find my plants that I grow.
Because I have seen these same seeds on YouTube.
You have seen it? Maybe I did.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. It's Vardhini Amin, my name. I'll write it down for you after the session. Come, Vardhini Amin @gmail.com. You can write it down, guys. VARDHINIAMIN @gmail.com. Please, ma'am.
Your honest view on G20.
This is a very, I would rather stay out of this when the children are present, very grown-up discussion. I can have that with you once they are gone, please.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
I have been strictly instructed to keep it for the kids.
There's another question I have.
Yes, please.
The Romantic writers used to write a lot about nature, where we had Thomas Hardy, we had William Wordsworth, who very, very frankly spoke about nature and how nature is being distorted. Do you see that after the Romantic writers, there were very few writers who actually looked at nature the way that they did, which probably is one of the causes why we as human beings have stopped connecting artistically to nature as we used to?
That is actually very true, and I haven't thought about it like you've said it, but it's so true. And the thing is, when we write about nature in any kind of story, book, movie, we always have it as the backdrop. It's never the hero of the story. It's always a backdrop that contributes to the story, it adds to the environment of the story, but it never is the hero of the story. So that is something different I wanted to do. And basically my idea of writing this book was, when we talk about sustainability, when we talk about environment connecting to nature, just saying that we should do that, we should do that, we should protect, we should save, we should do these things, it does not certainly mean that everyone going from this room or everyone who has ever attended will go and do it. We'll forget about it. But when we read this book or these kind of stories, not just my book, anything that connects to nature, you will automatically step out, and then when you look at a tree or a plant, you look at it differently. And it will create some empathy towards them. So giving them a voice will create empathy, and that will automatically compel you to care about them. So that was the whole idea behind this, and we should be having with our children.
Ma'am, another question is, do you think for some reason parents are responsible for the disconnect that the children have with nature? All of those things where we were not reprimanded for doing that. But nowadays we have parents, even if you're gardening, you have to wear gloves, you have to guard yourself against the dust, because of which these children are somewhat not connecting to nature.
I think that's not on purpose. Even I am a parent and I have children. No, even our parents before us, that was a natural way of being, because there were no electronic devices, there was nothing to distract us, so probably they allowed us to go and play outside. Nowadays we are more protective, we are more guarded, the world is a different place, so no one's doing it on purpose. But I would request you, because more conversations like these can happen where parents can do it on purpose. They can start sending their kids outside. They can create that atmosphere where, you make an effort, you read them a book about nature, you take them for a walk, you take them for a vacation, and you consciously make an effort to, so although they are not doing it on purpose, I think it's time to do it on purpose, where we start connecting to nature. And I think many people are doing it now, especially our generation who are now becoming conscious about this. They are trying to bring the old times back, as we say it. Thank you so much. I think we can end the session here. Please collect your seats. If anyone...
For your information, her 2 children, sons, and she has come all the way from Hyderabad to address you all.
That's my dad, everyone. So he's proud of me, yeah? Thank you so much, guys, for taking your time, coming here early morning. I hope I have given you a little bit motivation to think about these things and, you know, do something, do a little bit towards the planet, and read my book, please. That is a warning. No, seriously, look up the book. If you love it, please do give it a read and let me know how you guys feel about it, okay? Thank you so much for coming.